Hi guys, welcome to class. In this session, it's going to be a bit like a session we had yesterday, but we're not going to look at the Lake District. We're going to talk about a place called Cornwall. So I'm hoping Peter from Germany is in this class because he lived there and he knows probably more about it than I do, so he can rescue it a bit. Yeah, so I'm just trying to, in these classes, I'm going to introduce you to different parts of the UK that maybe you've heard about, or other parts than London, yeah, because everyone always knows about London, talks about London. These are maybe other also interesting parts. And Mira, I am advertising the UK because the government are bribing me to do this. joking. But yeah, okay, so no, I just thought maybe you are interested. And then you can also share, like we did yesterday, some places in your countries, okay? So it's just to go away from London, yeah, because everyone knows about London. So we'll talk about other cities in these series of classes. So Cambridge, Oxford, Bristol, Mira knows about this, and things like this. Yeah. So just to learn more about the UK. Okay. So hopefully lots of people can join in. Mahmoud says hi everyone, and Sam smiles with a big grin. So I'll send you the article we're going to have a look at. And I mean, I've only visited this place. I don't know much about it, but we're going to talk about it. This is Cornwall. Well, southern Cornwall. So hopefully Peter is out there. This is for you, Peter. And for everyone else, of course. Mahmoud says, how do you do? That's very polite. Yes, that's really polite English. I'm good, thank you. One is doing fine, Mahmoud. One is rather splendid. Thank you very much. Tally-ho. Tip. Okay, so how do you do is very, very formal English. You can say this, Mahmoud, though. But we'd normally just say, how are you? Yeah, so you can choose what you say. Okay, so the weather's getting better, so it's a good time to talk about places like Cornwall. So hopefully lots of people can join in very, 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 very soon. Mahmoud wrote something in Arabic. I'm not sure if that was for me, but I should get Google Translate open, I think, yeah? In my classes. One sec. You're probably talking, I've just realized there was lots of Arabic in the other class. Maybe you're talking about me, yeah? So maybe I should translate this. Okay, so Sam is here and Abdul is back. Perfect. Sam, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Cool, good to speak with you again.
Thank you.
Wait, I've just pressed the... Oh no, what am I doing? I've just pressed the print button instead of copy and paste. Okay, so Sam, good to speak with you again. We have Mira back.
Yes, Martin, how are you?
Perfect, cool. I'm good, thank you. And Abdul's back.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay, great. Okay, so has anyone heard of Cornwall?
Martin, excuse me, can I ask you about what you said? When you, Mahmoud, write, how do you said this is a polite question?
Yeah, it's very polite, very formal.
More than how are you?
How do you do is very formal, very formal. It was used, and it's the kind of common greeting people learn. But in this situation, how do you do? I can't even think of any situation where you'd use this now, apart from meeting the Queen. Yeah. For example, even meeting a business contact or something, you'd say, "Oh, how are you? Nice to meet you." Yeah. You'd say, "How are you?" How do you do is very, very. Yeah. So very old.
Official.
Official, very official. But yeah, even people like politicians will say, how are things? How are you? Yeah, so because they don't want to sound too high up. Yeah, but the Queen would definitely say, how do you do? How do you do? Should say this. But yeah, maybe 40, 50 years ago it was more formal, but English was more formal then. Yeah, nowadays it's a bit more Americanized maybe, yeah, so not so British. Yeah. Okay, so Mahmoud says, how are you? Yeah, you can just say, how are you? You can say, how do you do, Mahmoud? There's no problem with saying, how do you do? It just sounds very formal, yeah? So it depends on what you mean. So if you want to be formal, if you want to be very, very polite, you can say it. There's no problem with it. Okay, so Abdul, have you heard of this? How do you do in America? Do they say this?
No. I mean, if I want to ask someone, that how are you? So, don't need to use too many words. What's up? or something like that. You know,
Yeah,
just
so
one or
what's
two
that? Yeah,
words.
so lots of people, I don't know, lots of people try not to be formal nowadays, even if they are, well, they would have been formal maybe 50 years ago. They try not to be so formal, using like Queen's English and stuff. But yeah, okay, that's quite interesting. But Mira, what would you usually say in English as a greeting? Mira. So
Sorry,
what?
Martin, because
What
you're
did?
because
What did?
the hangout is freezing. I'm
No
sorry.
worries, no worries. What did you learn as the common greeting in English? Did you learn how do you do, or just how are you?
Both, but I don't know when I use this and when I use that.
Okay, my nan would, if she was listening to this now, she would really correct me. Martin, it's how do you do, yes? But nowadays, not so much. Yeah, my nan would say this to someone she doesn't know. Oh, how do you do? Yeah, but now it's not so common, I'd say. But okay, no, Mahmoud, I wasn't. Oh no, okay, someone's not polite to speaking to. Yeah, okay, that's the point. Yeah, so Mahmoud, you did nothing wrong. Yeah, you absolutely did nothing wrong. But Sam, yeah. So what were you saying? Yeah. So in Arabic, or do you mean if you use language that maybe is not common for other people? Yeah. What did you mean, Sam?
Can you please rephrase the question? I don't understand.
Okay. Yeah. So Mahmoud didn't understand if you were talking to him or you making a general comment in the chat box. In the chat box.
Because Mahmoud write in Arabic.
Because
The other don't know Arabic, you know.
yes,
Understood.
male
Yeah,
culture is
understood.
considered impolite to speak in front of the others if they don't understand your language, unless you don't know anything else, unless you can speak their language.
Understood. Yeah, got it now. Yeah, so cool. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, Emra. Good to speak with you. I can't hear you yet. Could you check that your microphone is not muted? I'll just show you quickly on my screen. If you look to the right-hand corner, there's a microphone button. Okay, just click on this if it's red. Okay. Not yet, not yet. Okay, we'll come back to you. Check this out. We'll come back. Okay, we're talking about Cornwall. Sam, have you heard of it?
What is that word again?
Cornwall. So it's a place, yeah. I don't expect any of you to know this, apart from if Peter joins us later. Yeah, so he's a Cornwall expert. But have you heard of Cornwall, anyone?
Sounds like a wall made out of corn.
Actually, I never thought of this. That could have been where the name come from. Okay, we'll search this out. But Abdul, have you heard of this?
Yeah, but just the name.
Just the name, yes.
Nothing more than that.
Yeah, the name is not. I don't know how famous it is outside of the UK, but in the UK it's known. But Emra, can we hear you now?
Yes, I do, and
Perfect, we can hear you.
I don't understood.
Okay, have you heard of a place called Cornwall?
My place?
A place. Have you heard of a place? Do you know the name Cornwall?
I don't know.
No worries, no worries. Emra, where are you from?
From Turkey.
Okay, nice to meet you, Emra. Nice to meet you.
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
cool. Okay, and Selma is back. How are you today?
What?
I was just saying, and Selma is back. Yeah, so Selma, can you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Perfect, Emra. But there's another girl. There's a girl called Selma who was in my class yesterday. Selma, maybe it's loading still.
You are very fast.
Okay, I'll slow down. Okay, I'll slow down. Sorry. Okay, so nice to meet you guys. Nice to well, Abdul, I know you. Mira, I know you. Sam, I know you. Selma, I know you. Okay, so we are going to talk about Cornwall, a place called Cornwall. Emra, did you understand?
I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know.
No worries. Okay, so we're going to talk about this place today in this session. Okay, in this class, we're going to talk about Cornwall. Okay, so I've sent you a link, I think, at the beginning.
This is Peninsula, Martin.
Sorry?
Peninsula, Martin. This part of England, this part of UK is a peninsula in it.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah, it's on the peninsula. Okay, so we'll have a look at this because they have very interesting culture as well. They have their own language as well. That's not used. Yeah, so nowadays they don't. Maybe there's 3,000 people who speak this as like a native language or so, but they have their own language called Cornish. Yeah, because anything from Cornwall is Cornish. So Cornish ice cream, Cornish pasty, Cornish whatever. Their language is called Cornish. Okay, one second. I'll try and give you an example of something in Cornish. I don't know anything, but it's a Celtic language. Yeah, so it's a regional language. Okay, so 3,500 people speak as a native language from Cornwall, and I'll show you a map. Okay, I'll share my screen so you can see this.
I'm sorry, excuse me. Is this in England?
Oh yeah, sorry. It's in England, in the southwest of England. So first I'll show you where it is, and then I'll introduce it to you a bit. Emra, did you understand so far? Emra,
Yes.
did you understand me so far?
So far?
At the moment. Yeah, do you understand?
Yes, I do.
No worries. Okay, so we're going to talk about a place in the UK called Cornwall, Emra. Okay, it's the name of a place. Like, for example, Istanbul is in Turkey, Cornwall is in the UK. Okay, so Man has joined us. Welcome back, Man.
London.
Okay, that's the capital city. We're going to talk about a region. Yeah, a region. Do you know this word, Emra? A region.
A region.
A region. A part of the UK. Yeah? So London is the city and also a part of the UK, but Cornwall is a region. Okay? Okay.
No.
Yeah, a part. Is there anyone from Turkey who can name some regions in Turkey? Does anyone know? Mira, do you know some regions in Turkey?
Just Istanbul.
So Istanbul is how do you explain region? That's difficult. So a part of the country, not the whole country, not a city, but a part of the country. Watch this, Emra. I'll show you a map, and you should understand. Okay, so I will show you Cornwall first, and then we'll talk about the Cornish language.
Understand.
I'm sorry.
I don't understand.
Okay, no,
Hello?
Hello, man.
I don't understand, to be honest.
No worries. One sec. I'll just show you.
Huh?
I'll show you a map of the UK, and I'll just show you where Cornwall is. It's a region. Okay. If you see
Okay,
my screen,
thank you.
no worries.
Okay, thank you.
If you see my screen, just here, it's like the foot.
It's not
yes?
clearly, to be honest.
Okay. Okay. Can you see my screen? Is it clear?
No.
Now?
No, I can't see it.
Okay, I'll send you the link, and then we'll direct. Abdul, can you see my screen, or is it not so clear?
Thank you, Bart.
Yes,
Okay. Selma, can we hear you now?
I can see your screen, yeah?
Okay, perfect. Selma, can you hear me? Okay, we'll come back. Okay, someone else has just joined. We'll just say hello to you first. Bimal, good to speak with you again.
Sorry. Wait, yes, I'm doing it.
Amazing.
No worries.
Is it British?
Yeah, it's British, yeah? So it's part of the UK, part of England. It's a region.
Martin, if Coronel
It's
has
bigger
a
than...
river or something.
Huh?
1 second, two questions, one. Sorry, man.
It's bigger than the Saudi.
Cornwall. Just Cornwall.
Really? Wow.
Is it? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
كورنل زي الحسا يا مان زي الحسا عندكم جزء من المملكة فاهم؟
Okay.
Okay, so a region is part of the UK. Guys, I can hear background noise. I'm gonna mute some people. Don't be offended, okay? Just to find. Okay, so Bimal, there's a bit of background noise from you, but
Martin.
unmute yourself when you want to speak. Yes, please, Bella.
if this place has a river or something like this?
There is, I think, yeah. So I can't remember what the name is, yeah. But there is, I think there is a river
Yes,
through. Yeah, excellent.
because the bank of river in Egypt, we call it Cornish. Cornish, you know?
Okay, so you call it
Maybe
Cornish.
we take it from UK.
Let's have a look. I can't
We call
remember what river.
the bank of river in Egypt Cornish.
Okay, so this is the
Oh,
Red River.
okay. I understand.
Okay, there's the Red River, which is, I don't know, I haven't seen this. Near place, I don't know if you've heard of Poole and stuff like this. Wait, so St Ives, this kind of place. So we've got the Red River, which is Dura Corner. That's a foreign language. I think that's Cornish. Yeah, so I think that's Cornish to give you an idea. But this is, yeah, this is in the northwest of Cornwall. But there are several rivers, I think. Yeah, so it's quite yeah.
To be
There are
honest
several.
with you, I love walking on the river,
Like the rivers, the best.
especially in Egypt.
Okay, yeah,
welcome
so with the
anytime.
Nile and things, yeah. So, Mira, are there other rivers in Egypt apart from the Nile?
Again, excuse me?
Are there other rivers in Egypt, or is it mainly the Nile? Yes, the Nile is the main river.
Yes.
Are there other rivers?
There are a lot of lake.
Lakes, yeah, so lakes.
Yes.
But the Nile is the main river, yeah, that goes through the whole
Yes.
country. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so here is Cornwall. So if you look at my mouse, I don't know if you can see my screen clearly. Oh wait, okay, I'll focus it. Okay, if you look here, this is what we call the West Country. So from probably around Bristol, which is here, where you were in the West Country, Mira. Mira?
Excuse me, Martin, I'm sorry.
Okay, Mira, you were in the West Country. You were in Bristol, right?
Yes.
Okay, the West Country is like Somerset and further west on from this, yeah? So we call this the West Country. So you were in the West Country, not too far from Devon and Cornwall. Cornwall is here, and Devon is here. And the cultures of these two places are fairly similar. Yeah, so
Not
Devon,
far from Bristol.
not too far, yeah, really, really close. You were in Somerset. It goes Somerset, then it goes Devon, then it goes Cornwall. Cornwall here is very, very nice part of the UK. The beaches are quite good, in British terms. So the beach is quite good. You can surf here and things like that. Yeah, so it can be nice in the summer when it's not raining. Okay, so this is the region we're talking about. Guys,
Thank you, Martin.
no worries. I can hear some background noise. I'll mute. Bimal, there's some noise coming from your mic, okay? It's okay, I'll just mute you quickly. But when you want to speak, unmute yourself, okay?
Okay.
Cool, no worries. Okay, so I'll just read the chat box. Hazel, you should come in, yeah? So there's room for you, Hazel, if you want to come in. Okay, but anyway, okay, so this is the part we were talking about. So this is Cornwall just in the southwest. And they have their own culture, they have their own food, they have their own language traditionally, but now they all speak English, and only 3,000 people speak Cornish. Okay, so it's a different part. Sorry?
Why this area specifically have their own languages and their own history? Is it part of? Isn't it part of England?
Yeah, it's part of England, but there's lots of settlements. So it's a Celtic language. Like, for example, Welsh, they have their own language. Scotland, they have their own language. Irish, there's Gaelic. So the Scottish language and the Irish language is Gaelic, and they're different. But Scottish Gaelic and Irish Gaelic. But there's several different languages in the UK because of, well, it's a very, very old country and lots of settlements. Yeah, so people settled in Cornwall and had their own language. People settled in Wales, had their own language, developed their own language, and eventually it kind of all mixed somehow, yeah. And so this is very, very, very old language that's really dying out and not widely spoken. They also have their own flag. So in Cornwall they have their own flag. I'll show you this really quickly.
I want to ask you.
Yes, please.
Why Australian people they have the same flag as British?
Because, well, I would say the Commonwealth, but India is also Commonwealth, but doesn't have the British flag. But there are other countries that have it as well, aren't there? So, well, Australia and New Zealand.
I
I don't know why they specifically chose to have it, and maybe Abdul. Yeah.
But-
So I was
But
going to
is
say
it
it's a
like
Commonwealth, but
is it Australian like you take it from the people, the British people that I don't know
no,
how to say.
it's a Commonwealth country. Yeah. So they have the same queen. So the Queen of Australia is the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth. Yeah. So it's the same queen, and also Canada and things like this. But Abdul, this is a point I was going to say because it's a Commonwealth country, and that means the Queen is the not official. She has no power, but she's like the figurehead of these countries. But Abdul, I was going to say about India. Yeah. So India is also a Commonwealth country, but doesn't have the British flag. Do you know why then Australia has the British flag? And Abdul, do you know?
I mean, I can tell you about the India because we got freedom in 1947, you know.
Yeah. But Australia's
And-
now Australia's also independent, but they still have the British flag on their logo.
Yeah,
on
but
their
that,
flag.
I mean, the history is totally different. I mean, the way we got our freedom, I mean, was totally different compared to Australia or Canada, you know. I mean, you can compare our freedom with America.
Martin, I think the difference between the independence of India and the independence of Australia is how did they get their independence. For example, in Australia they got it by diplomacy, but in India they got it by, like force.
Fighting against it, yeah. Okay, So it's different, but there are some other countries with this. Yeah, definitely New Zealand has it, but I don't know why they chose to keep it after now they're completely independent countries. They're part of the Commonwealth, but they're nothing to do with the UK. Yes, they're
The
completely
thing is,
independent.
like, when you separate, you know, like on a good terms, so this is totally different. But if you got independence, you know, and you fought for that independence, you know, so I mean separation on bad terms.
Yeah.
So you cannot continue the same legacy before you had before the independence, you know.
Yeah, so it depends. Yeah, don't know why they still have it.
I-
Why they didn't change it.
I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Do you think the Australian people hate British people?
Well, I don't know. I can't speak for everyone, but I have Australian friends, and generally, I wouldn't say so. Yeah, because, well, you know, it's okay. There's
I
of
don't
course there are
mean to
people.
hate.
But
I
the
don't-
general mood, yes, the general mood. We have, for example, stereotypes against each other, yes. So, for example, we had an article, they called us whinging poms and things like that. But it's kind of, I would say, the relationship between us and Australia is very, very friendly. Yeah, in terms of it's just banter. Yeah, we make jokes. We go, okay, they're too laid back, whatever they say with things. But I would say that there's no real, yeah, I would say there's no tension between us. Yeah, so. Well, in my opinion, compared, for example, if you compare with other countries, yeah, so where there could be a bit of tension. But I'd say between Australia, I think it's quite friendly.
I have one teacher who said to his friend "wanker." What does it mean?
And we had this in a slang class. The W word, yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of like, well, it depends how you say it, but if you say it in the wrong terms without someone who is a friend, it's really, really, really insulting. But we use it amongst our friends to just have a joke. Yeah. So
Is it for fun?
Yeah, usually with friends it's for fun, but it's offensive if you say it to someone who is not really, really close to you and maybe is a bit older than you, is a bit in a high position. But we'd say
What
it
does it mean?
Idiot, yeah. So like, you idiot, yeah. You mug, you. There's another word, the T word, but it's like, you stupid person, yeah. Oh, you're idiot. But to is something else, yeah. So it comes from that.
Is not good?
It depends who it's with. So I can say it with my friends without a problem, but of course I wouldn't say it to anyone older than me. Or, yeah, it depends on the context, but it's generally not good. But you can say it with friends for fun, if they're
Okay.
close friends. Yeah.
Okay. And what about tosser?
Same.
same. Okay, thank you.
Cool. Okay, so you're trying to practice, yeah? You're trying to practice your words. Okay, so Australia chose into UK by general voting. I'm not sure about Australia, so I'm not sure about that as such, but hang on. Okay, there's something else. Okay, so let's go back to Cornwall. So this is just basically a place with their own flag, which looks like this. Yeah, so it's basically a black square with a white cross. Okay, meanwhile, I can still hear the background noise. It's very, very loud. I'll just mute you, but unmute yourself when you want to speak, okay? Okay, so the Cornish flag is this, and the English flag is just the same, but with a red cross and a white background. So it's very, very similar to the English flag, but the Cornish flag is separate. And often people would refer to themselves, if they're very, very proud of coming from Cornwall, they would refer to themselves as Cornish. Oh, maybe I didn't. Can you see now?
No. Can you please reload your page?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay. So this is like a white cross and a black background.
Okay, yeah, so it's a white cross on a black background.
What is the flag? For which country?
That's for Cornwall. That's for Cornwall. That's their flag.
Okay. So
flag.
Now I can
local flag.
Sorry?
Now I can see it. Now I
Okay, yeah, so this is the Cornish flag. And yeah, a lot of people are very proud to come from Cornwall, and they sometimes they say, "Oh, where are you from?" Oh, they'll say, "I'm Cornish." Maybe before.
But why it's in black and white? Why it isn't in different colors?
Yeah, it looks a bit depressing, doesn't it? Yes, it looks a bit. I don't know why about the history of this as such, the flag, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it looks a bit dark.
I don't know if it's
like in Saudi we have in white and green. In British you have in red, blue, and I think I'm not sure third color.
So red, white, and blue. Yeah. So that's the Union flag. This is the UK flag, but our flag is just white and red.
So it's like a local flag for this city or for this area.
For this region, yeah, for this region.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing that, for example, if I don't know, they could, if they wanted to, maybe if more people voted and stuff, they could maybe get independence. Yeah, and there was talk I remember hearing a couple of years ago. They're saying, let's create independent, like Wales, yeah, something like that. But I don't think it will happen, yeah, because the economy there is very, very bad. It's just a tourism economy. In the summer and in the winter, everything's dead. The restaurants close, everything closes. So yeah, it's really just for tourism, and it's a very popular place. So we'll have a look at some pictures so you can get an idea. But it's nice.
It's very similar to the case in Spain. We have a lot of regions that have their own flag and their own language. For example, here in Valencia, they have the Valencian flag and the Valencian language aside the Spanish language.
So it's a bit like this, yeah? So, and Valencia, could it get independence one day if it wanted to?
Actually, I don't see any political problem between Valencia and the federal government, but between Barcelona, yes, between Barcelona and Spain, there are a lot of problems.
Yeah, so they could, yeah, in the future. But the beaches usually are okay here, yeah? British beaches are usually not so good compared with other countries, but here, you know, the beaches are sandy, the water is quite clean, and it's a good place to surf here. Not to surf, of course, there's no waves, but the beaches are very nice, yeah, and there's like cliffs and things like that. So it's a very, very, very nice part of the UK, compared with other parts. When the weather is good, yeah, that's the clear part, but here can get very hot in the summer, actually, yeah, so plus 30 and things like that on certain weeks and stuff. But it's not consistent, like everywhere in the UK. It can rain, it can be sunny, no one knows, yes, so it's not like it's the time, but the water is okay here, compared with other parts. Okay, so that's Cornwall. Okay, so I'll tell you a bit about the food of Cornwall, and some things that are quite famous. The first one that springs to mind is Cornish Pasty, and this is we had this in another session. I'm not sure if anyone knew this. You've seen this?
Oh, wow. It's like the Indian one. It's very good, especially with vegetable.
Yeah, like a samosa, but not spicy, and just bland tasting, yeah? So it tastes of meat and onions and carrots, yeah? So that's what it tastes of, but it's like a samosa but not spicy at all. Similar.
Have you ever tried before?
Samosa or this?
Both of them.
Both, yeah. This, yeah, I eat this quite a lot, yeah? It's the kind of, it's very cheap. You can buy it in, like, on the train station or something. You can buy it.
It's like 25 pence, I think.
No. Well, it depends. You can get some in Tesco's, I think, for this. But if you buy it on the street, maybe £2, maybe. So it's not necessarily particularly very cheap. Not like 25p, but you can get some in the supermarkets for a really low price. Okay, so this Cornish Pasty. Has anyone seen this before? Was anyone in my last class where I talked about this food? Well, Peter talked about it. Was anyone there?
Teacher, is it like infant?
Sorry?
Teacher, is it like infandas?
Infandas?
Yeah, empanadas, I think. I don't know how it is Spanish. I don't know how do they pronounce
Sam
this.
will probably know.
Yes.
Empanadas. What's empanadas? Sam.
It is the same as the Cornish food.
I'm not sure what are these.
Let's have a look. To be honest, this looks tastier. Maybe it's because I'm used to Cornish pasty. I don't find it interesting anymore. But I don't know what is this cover. Yeah, because what's covering it and what's inside. This looks to be honest, this looks much tastier.
You can put anything inside this semolina.
Okay, so in our one we just put like mince meat and
Anything
carrots.
you want to put inside. Vegetables or seafood or meat.
Wow. Wow, delicious.
Usually it's just mincemeat and various vegetables, yeah? So in the British one, it's maybe not so interesting as that, yeah? So it's very simple food, yeah? It was kind of working class food for the working people, yeah, to eat at lunchtime and stuff. So not too special. But okay, also clotted cream. So have you guys heard of scones? Or do you know about, okay, this stereotype, we don't have afternoon tea, but have you heard about afternoon tea?
Heard about it? Yes, sure.
Okay, and what are the common foods for afternoon tea traditionally? Nowadays we don't do it. You can still have it, but it's not common. But what do you know about afternoon tea, Sam?
For afternoon tea, well, for me, I don't have any tradition. I can eat anything.
Okay, yeah, so you can eat whatever. But does anyone know about like the traditional kind of British afternoon tea? What it contains? What foods it contains?
I think some sort of biscuits and tea.
Okay, yeah, so it's usually cake, biscuits, cucumber sandwiches, things like this. Yeah, so Hazel said cucumber sandwiches and scones, and that's what we're going to talk about now. These scones or scones, whatever you say, is very traditional in Cornwall, and they serve them very well. So we're going to talk about that now. I'll show you some photos. Okay, so afternoon tea is not common now. You can still get it, but it's not common.
What is this?
Scones or scone? Did you say?
Huh?
Did you say a scone or a scone?
Like cake?
Yeah, it's a bit like this. I'll show you. But this is traditional afternoon tea. You can still get this in tea shops. So if you want to come to the UK and you want this, you can still get this. But it's
£7 for £7.
Did you have it? Afternoon tea?
Yes.
Okay.
With my teacher and the student I used to speak English with.
Okay, and what did you eat there? Because we don't usually do it. It's a tradition, but we don't do it anymore. Because of time, because of work and stuff.
To be honest, I have different kind. Now I don't remember. I remember the thing you show in the pictures.
You saw something like this. You can get this in a tea shop. There's lots of tea shops, particularly in Cornwall and other parts, where you can get this. If you go around 4 o'clock or so, they'll give you an afternoon tea. At the Ritz Hotel in London, if you've heard of this, you can get a really expensive one. Maybe it's like $60, but they give you really luxurious food. It's a good place to take maybe a I don't know, a wife or a girlfriend, something like that. Yeah, so once in a while. Afternoon tea, Ritz. I'll show you this.
Have you before tried? I mean, eat it.
Afternoon tea. Usually with something like at home with my nan. Yeah, not as a regular basis, but some kind of special occasion. She'll go, oh, let's have afternoon tea, whatever. But I wouldn't pay money to go here. Yeah, for $60, I don't think it's worth it because you get sandwiches. Yeah, you get sandwiches and cake. And for me, that's
Small one. And it even is not feed you well
yeah. The
when
thing is,
you.
I mean, it looks good, but it's something maybe you do once to experience it, but not something I would choose to do particularly, yeah, because for me it's not that special. But if you're a tourist, maybe it's something you'd like to do, yeah.
I tried it in Salford.
How was it?
It was good, but it was a bit expensive. I didn't expect the price to be like that expensive, so yeah.
It's not worth it as well, yeah. So I don't know, yeah. So
For
you get
one
some
time,
cake.
it's good.
For one time, yeah, it's an experience maybe to take photos and stuff, but it's not something that, and this is why we don't do it, because it costs a lot of money and it's too poncy, yeah. So you have to have certain clothes on. Certainly Ritz, you have to wear. There's a dress code, so you have to wear a certain suit. You have to wear a tie in the right place and things like that. It's too much hassle, yeah. So we don't usually do this. Okay, but on this, the reason I mentioned this is because lots of people have heard this as a stereotype that we do this, and we don't do it, but you can do it. But one thing you would eat at this time is scones like this. Can you see this?
What is this?
Yes, it looks like
Is it like dessert? Dessert?
Yeah, it's something like a snack. Traditionally, you'd eat this around 4 o'clock, yeah? So between lunchtime and dinner, traditionally. But now you can eat it, usually in the summer, just as a snack, yeah, when you want it. But it's like a bready, cakey thing. It's really difficult.
I want to ask you something. Now,
Yeah?
why British, when they get angry, they said, "Do you want me to make some tea for you?"
Because tea is the solve of all problems for us, yes? So usually what is quite funny, for example, my neighbour was getting some building work done, and they were digging up something in the garden, and they found a massive hole. Basically, the house was built on land maybe that was a bit dodgy. They dug it up, they found this massive hole, and it was seriously like a big well or something, and it wasn't so secure. And the builders, I was around the garden one day, and the builders looked at my neighbours. My neighbours looked at my builders. They saw this problem, and the first thing they said was, "Shall we have a cup of tea?" and things like that. So it's kind of like a thing, like, oh God, you're in a bad problem. You're in a really difficult situation. You use it to kind of think, oh, okay, right. Let's have tea. Talk about it then. Don't react so fast. And afterwards, then we'll react. Yeah, and see how we feel. Yeah. So this is used as a kind of like a way of getting out of these situations. Yeah? Should we have a cup of tea? Yeah, or fancy a cup or something like that. For sarcasm as well, for humour as well.
Like I always like to see the Queen drink tea.
Drinking tea, yeah. So she would have afternoon tea, but only with guests. The way you see the Queen eat, she admits on a normal day she doesn't eat like this. She doesn't lay the table properly. She doesn't use the expensive cutlery. She just eats normally, like us. Yeah. So the image you see of the Queen, she's actually very normal. That's just what she shows the world. Yeah. So. But yeah, okay, this is afternoon tea, this is scones. And this is cream, usually a thing called clotted cream. And this is from Cornwall, so clotted cream. And clotted cream is basically very thick cream and very delicious. It's like slightly yellow, very thick, very creamy, very milky, very, yeah, really good. And you'd eat this with jam. You'd put a lot of this clotted cream, and you'd eat this with jam and scones and with tea. Traditionally,
is it fatty? Is it fatty?
Yeah, very fatty. I don't know how much. It depends on which you get, but it's not healthy. Yeah, so it's not healthy at all. But it's very popular. But in Cornwall, linking back to that, they put this cream on ice cream. And it's a tradition they do there in no other place in the UK. Okay, this is clotted cream ice cream, but maybe I'll try and photo.
Looks like ice cream.
Yeah, this is
You make
this is
me
ice
want
cream.
to jump to the screen and grab some.
I'm trying to show you. Okay, this is clotted cream ice cream. Now they mix this cream into the ice cream to make the ice cream really, really creamy, really taste. Clotted cream ice cream is really good. But I'm trying to show you something they do in Cornwall, which I can't find you a photo of, is they put the ice cream and they usually put a spoon of clotted cream on top of the ice cream. So you have the ice cream, then you have this clotted cream on top.
Delicious.
Maybe like this. Wait. I can't find it, but... Yeah, but that's very, very, very good. Has anyone had this before? Has anyone had scones or clotted cream? Or do you have something similar to that in your country? Abdul, have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen this.
Okay, so Bimal, have you seen this? Clotted cream or scones?
No, I have never.
All right. We've got Jose as well. Jose, good to speak to you.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Hi, thanks.
And where are you from?
Spain. I'm from Spain.
Have we spoken before? Or is this the first time?
No, it's the first time.
Ah, perfect, Jose. Okay, so we're talking about a region of the UK called Cornwall. Have you ever heard of it?
No, I haven't.
Okay, no worries. So we're talking about
Now,
this.
where is it?
Okay, so I'll just show you again in a minute, but we're talking about some food, yeah, about this region. It's a very interesting region. They have their own language, they have their own flag, and yeah, they have their own foods as well, yeah? So we're talking about this. So Jose, yeah, so have you seen this before? Scones, however you say them, people say them different ways, and clotted cream. Do you have something like this in Spain?
No, I don't think so. We don't have this kind of snack.
Okay, yeah, maybe because it's a bit fatty, and in Spain it's quite a hot country, yeah. So for us, we eat this because it's quite fatty. We need the energy from the rain and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe it's not so popular. Okay, so this I'd really recommend this, but again that can be expensive if you go to the like touristy places. Yeah, that can be expensive. But it depends where you go.
Is it okay to say to someone you have obesity?
Yeah. Well, no, it's not polite. Yeah, so you're obese. You're obese. You can describe someone as being obese, but it's not very polite. You can say it as a joke, though. You can say
because I remember.
Yeah, please.
No, continue, please.
I was going to say, if someone says to you, am I fat or whatever, you can say, no, you're not fat, you're obese. Yeah, you can say that kind of thing as a joke, but usually not.
Okay.
Did you hear it?
Huh?
Did you hear it before, man?
No.
Did someone say, oh, you're obese, no?
Me?
Yeah, did you hear this before? Did someone say you're obese?
No, not to me because I'm not fat.
You're in Selfridges, yeah? Go walk past. Oh, look at you, you're obese, yeah? You didn't say this?
I heard some people saying.
Okay, yeah, so usually for sarcasm, yeah? So it's a joke, but you can describe someone who's not next to you as a bit, oh, look at him, he's really obese, yeah? Or really fat. You can say that, but maybe not to that person's face.
Okay.
Mira, in Bristol, in sunny Bristol, did you ever try this?
Yes, it's so delicious.
So you've tried it, and
Yes.
Can you describe what a scone is? Because for me, it's like a bread cross between a cake. Could you describe it?
It make with something like a biscuit and put clotted cream above of it, on it. We call it in Egypt like cheesecake.
Yeah, it's a bit like cheesecake. Yeah, it's similar, but the cream is not so. There's no cheese in it. It's just very, very creamy. Yeah, but
Yes.
it's this kind of same kind of idea. Yeah, so very, very similar.
Yes.
So it's a bit like this. Okay, that's cool. Sam, have you ever tried this?
Yes, I think I did, but I'm not sure. Well, the name is different, as Miro said.
But you have something similar, yeah?
Yes, for sure, but I don't know what is the name in English. I don't know it in Arabic.
So have a think and see if you can show us. Yes, that's cool. Selma, have you tried this? Selma? Okay, we'll come back. I'm just going to read the comments because I don't think I read this. 1 second. Okay, yeah, Yuki, I think you don't have such local flags in local languages, right? Only Japanese language flag. That's why I asked. Is it like Chowsy? Chowsy? This one over mine? Wait, okay. Now reading back. Okay, dumpling. Jiaozi is Chinese and Japanese popular food. Oh yeah, Yuki, it's not quite like a dumpling. Yeah, dumpling's a bit different, but similar, but more like a pie. I would say Cornish pasty is more like a pie. So the name is Jiaozi. It seems very tasty. I thought the picture which Teacher Martin showed looked like Jiaozi. Alright. Okay, Yuki, I'll send you the pictures, okay? So I'll send you this link so you can see this as well. Any more? Okay, I think we've caught up. Okay, in that case, yeah, okay, so that's some of the food. And yeah, it's nice. Okay, have you got any questions so far about Cornwall? Yeah, so I'm not an expert, I've only traveled there on holiday and stuff. But have you got any questions or anything that you didn't understand so far, or anything that actually you've heard? Maybe about other food, yeah, that we eat, not just Cornish food. Okay, in that case, let's go on, yeah? Okay, so that's the language. I'll try and give you some examples of the language because I can't speak it, but it's very, very different to us. Like, I wouldn't be able to understand anything. So,
and even if you try to read something from the written language?
No, I couldn't understand anything, yeah? So, for example, here, good day is like dithta, or good morning is metinda. Hello mate is hasosa or something. I can't even pronounce this right. I don't know how to pronounce it. But I'll give you this so you can get an idea. Open this of the Cornish language is completely different.
That's weird. That's a little bit weird because usually languages in the same region, for example, here, the Catalan and the Valencian language are very similar to Spanish language, but they are considered a language. But you can see some similarities.
This is a Celtic language, which is very similar to, well, not similar, but the same kind of style, same kind of family as Scottish Gaelic, Irish Gaelic, which is the languages of Ireland and Scotland, which are again completely different from English, and Welsh. Yeah, these are kind of Celtic languages.
Can I tell you a story about Irish?
Yes, please.
I remember I was in the cinema in London, and there was one guy who sat next to me with his girlfriend. And they started to talk to me, and I didn't understand anything they said. I said yes, and I went to bathroom.
What? Okay, so you just said yes. Be careful, yeah, what you're agreeing to, yeah. You don't know, yeah. So, okay, they were speaking probably in English, but with a very strong accent, yeah. But it's kind of what I guess now younger Welsh people learn Welsh at school. They have classes in Welsh and things like this to try and bring the language alive. And lots of young people want to speak Welsh because it's kind of different, yeah? So they sound different. If they go to England, no one understands them and they sound cool. So these languages are coming back in fashion. So they were dying out, but actually now more younger people want to speak Welsh. If they're from Wales, want to speak Irish, want to speak Scottish. And you can study them at school. So you can get like an A level in Irish Gaelic or an A level in Welsh, yeah. So rather than just an A level in English or French or something, yeah. So you can study these languages, and at home, usually people will be bilingual completely. But Welsh, for example, is completely different, and it's very, very odd language, yeah. So for me, I don't understand. Marcia lives in Wales, but she's not in the class at the moment. I don't know if she's watching, but she'll tell you next time you speak with her. But okay, has anyone heard of these languages? As in, heard someone speak Irish, Scottish, Welsh, or even Cornish?
Yes, yes.
You've heard it. How does it sound, man?
It sounds weird.
Welsh particularly. I'll try and find you a clip. Yeah. So, or actually, because we're talking about Cornwall, I'll try and find you a clip of people speaking Cornish. Okay.
They talk like the Shakespearean
It's like, you know, high and low, the sound.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
Okay, so this guy is speaking in Cornish. I'll send you the link, and also on the I'll put it on the YouTube app. And we'll listen. I've never heard of this, so I don't know what they're talking about. But just to give you an idea of the language, but I'll put this on the YouTube app. Okay, so and see if you understand any of it, yeah, because there may be some similarities. I'm not sure. I'll put it on the YouTube app, guys. Go to the YouTube app so we can watch it together. Okay.
okay.
Guys, could you all go? Sam is there. Could you all click on the YouTube app on the left-hand side? Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll play this then. Yeah, that's a point, guys. I don't think they're native speakers. I think, from what I understood, this guy's Australian, actually. Yes, but they're speaking the language, but not native speakers. Let's try and find a native one for you, because otherwise that's annoying. Wait. Okay, a Cornish miner in a Cornish mine speaking Cornish. This is better because this guy is a traditional Cornish bloke. So I'll send you this article, this one instead. These guys who I showed you, they're not native speakers. They're some tourists trying to practice, I think. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. So all look at the app, okay? Have a look at the YouTube app. So Sam and Selma are on the app, but I don't think anyone else is, okay? So. Oh, why isn't it working? Oh, why isn't that working? Does it work? It doesn't work. Okay, in that case, let's go on, yeah? But you can have a look at this in your own time if you like. We'll close that now. So basically, yeah, it's a very, very odd language. Yeah, you can kind of guess what it's like. Did you get an impression? So Abdul, what do you think?
I mean, it's not strange to me because in India, I mean, we have about 50 plus different languages. So
it's the same, yeah. So essentially, it's the same. It's just another region with a different accent and different vocab and stuff. Yeah. So it's actually, yeah, it's very comparable with India. Is it comparable with any of your countries? So in your countries, guys, do you have something like this where people speak not just a different dialect but a completely different language?
Yes.
Yes. In Spain, it depends on the places. We speak, I think, 4 different languages.
And can you understand each other?
No, but yes. If, for example, Galician, if you speak Spanish, you could understand people from Galicia. It's quite similar.
Yep.
Yep.
But generally, yeah, like you wouldn't be able to understand every single language. So if someone speaks in Catalan, you can't understand this, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like in India, like I said, we have like 50 plus languages. So how you gonna learn 50 languages?
So you then seek a common language. But I read somewhere that in the UK there's no official language. That English is actually not an official language. It's just the one that is so recognised that 95% of people speak as a mother tongue. That it came become like this, but it's actually English is not an official language, like I read. I'm not sure if that's true, but yeah, like in most countries they have an official language. Yeah, but let's search for this because that's quite an interesting point.
In England, there is no official language.
That's what I've read, but we'll search for it.
I don't know, but in the official papers, there should be in English, right?
The official paper, yeah. So, okay, let's have a look. 1 second.
So English is not official language in England. That's what you said, right?
Actually, it is an official, recognised language. But I read there was no official language. It was just widely regarded, of course, that English is the common one. Yeah, but I read somewhere that English is technically not an official language. There is no official language of the UK. It's just the main language. But I've just checked on Wikipedia. It says it is the official language. So I don't know where I found this, but I read it somewhere. I remember. But yeah. Sorry.
It is official.
Well, according to Wikipedia, I've just searched. It says it's the official language. But I just thought I just read in another article or so that it was a recognised language. Of course, it's like the main recognised language. But I read in somewhere else, I can't remember, that it's not an official language. There is no official language.
I don't know about the language, but I knew about the constitution that you don't have any written constitution. I know about that.
Yeah. So things like this. Yeah. So officially, no, as in no document that says. That's what I read, but according to Wikipedia, we trust Wikipedia.
Well, it makes sense. It makes sense, like if you don't have any written constitution, so it means on the paper you don't have any official language. Does it make any sense?
Yep.
Yeah. See, so I mean, your constitution is not written.
Yeah, it says here there is no government ordained official language in the United Kingdom. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, some say it is an official language. Some say actually English is not an official language, but it's definitely, of course, it's the main language. Okay, so Mira's good. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because if your constitution is not written, so I mean, how can you say that English is the official language because your constitution is not in the written form?
Yeah, so officially no then in that case, yeah, because of no constitution. But I think that's quite interesting, yeah. Sam, has your country got an official language? Is Arabic the official language,
yes,
or is it something similar?
Yes, it is the official language. Well, until now, part of what is happening now, there are part of the people who live in the north and the northeast. They speak a language called Kurdish, and it's very different. It's very different than Arabic, and well, they don't have special standards for this language. So these people are spread between 5 countries, and in each country it's written. Well, they have about 5 alphabets. They write it sometimes in Arabic alphabets, Latin alphabets, Russian alphabets, Farsi alphabets, Turkish alphabets. So it's a little bit confusing. But the formal country that recently, well, it's not a country, it's a part of, let's say, the Kurdistan in Iraq. Yeah, they write it in Arabic letters.
So it changes, yeah? So it depends on what alphabet they follow, yeah? So that is mainly different. Okay, that's interesting. Guys, I've sent you an article. I just read that quickly. It says, when is a language an official language? And they're saying that English language does not have an official status in law. Yeah, so no one knows really in the UK what is official because, according to this, there is no official language, yeah? So you can have a look at that in your own time if you like. But in any case, good to speak with you guys. Interesting topic. Cheers for that. And I've got a class straight after if you want to join in, okay? So it's going to be like a speaking class, I think, yeah? Just about anything. So hopefully you can see me there, but if not, have a good day. Take care.
Have a nice day.
You too. Bye.